I have the Palm Tungsten T2. It is 32 megabytes of memory, a 900 milliamp battery, a 320 by 320 screen, and it debuted at a retail price of $399 USD.
I have the UT Starcom PPC6700. It has 120 megabytes of memory, a 240 by 320 LCD screen, a 1350 milliamp hour battery, and mine also has a 1.3 megapixel camera.
Yeah, yours has a camera, mine doesn't. I think these are about 3 years apart. Mine came out in 2003, I think yours came out in 2006.
Yeah, mine is more of a portable Windows device, while yours is more of a traditional PDA, something that you would have seen business people carry around in the late 90s and early 2000s.
Mine is more practical than yours. It's a lot snappier, like what you see is what you get. Yours is trying to do a lot. It's, like you said, it's like a computer on the go.
It's a desktop on the go.
Yeah, it's a little laptop in your pocket.
In your back pocket. The Pocket PC does run on Windows Mobile, which was like a stripped down version of Windows Vista. This actually came out a year or two before Windows Vista did come out, so
you're kind of seeing the infancy of what that OS would become.
Yeah. Navigating the menus is pretty snappy, but as soon as you click on something, you're going to see the screen struggle to load in the application. It's not instant by any means.
Yeah.
The keyboard does light up though, so it's perfect for using in the dark whenever you're typing up your emails.
So yours slides on the side to reveal like a full QWERTY keyboard. Mine slides up and you have this sort of like drawing area. On the left side you can draw letters and stuff like that. On the right side, that's where you draw symbols and numbers. And it's very cool in concept, and if you look at a lot of PDAs at the time, they were trying to emulate this. It works fine, but if you draw sevens a weird way, it's not gonna, you need to draw a 7 the way it wants you to.
Yeah.
So you really have to adapt to how this device wants you to use it.
That, and it doesn't seem like you could ever be really fast at it.
No.
Like you're still doing individual letters.
Yeah, and waiting a little bit for it to pop up.
At the PDA's own speed.
Yeah.
It definitely started from people trying to do something new. They were trying to make the next big thing.
Yeah.
And that just wasn't it.
And touchscreens were like this huge novelty at the time.
So since mine runs on Windows Mobile, it does have some of the Microsoft applications that you're probably familiar with, like Microsoft Word, Internet Explorer, and Media Player.
Both of these devices, when they came out, were able to access the web, and you could browse, but that's not really an option anymore because a lot of these services have been shut down.
You could hook both of the docks up to computers and either run them as their own computer where you would just use your monitor instead of the screen, or it would tap into your computer's internet, and you could use multiple applications that probably came with it whenever you bought it brand new.
Yeah.
Both of these devices do have Bluetooth, but mine also has Wi-Fi. So if they didn't shut down Windows Mobile, I bet it would work today, but it got shut down I think around like 2012 or something, so it does not work anymore. And also, the Pocket PC could be used as a modem for your computer because this can hook onto a cellular network. So this one that I have is for Sprint. I think they also made one for Verizon.
Yeah, so I really like the form factor of this device. It is kind of blocky. Even when you extend it, it is kind of a wide device in comparison to yours. Yours is a lot more thin, but it is more thin in terms of width. Mine is.
Yeah. It's also made out of metal.
Yeah.
And that's a huge bonus when it comes to durability.
Yours is just like a plastic.
It's just a cheap plastic. It is very thick. It has this stupid antenna on the top of it. It's just not a very comfortable device to use.
I feel like I could probably reliably drop this from a 4-foot height and not be too worried.
Yeah.
You know.
Yours is around the size of like a billfold.
Yours feels like a bit of like clunky, like post Y2K, like late aughts sort of tech. And I feel like your OS also screams that. Mine is very, very stripped back and minimal. Yeah. And what you're seeing is like, there's no confusion about it. Yours is trying to look pretty. It has like that glossy texture that like Windows Vista had at the time. Like everything is like clean and chic.
It's just slow. This thing isn't very powerful.
Yeah. Do you have games on yours?
I do.
You do? I don't.
I have Solitaire and Bubble Breaker. I really like it's not really a track wheel. It's like a directional sort of. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain.
Yeah.
But you move it up and down, kind of like an early BlackBerry.
Yeah, I was gonna mention Blackberries. Yeah.
It's almost like that, but it doesn't spin. It just goes up and down.
It kind of reminds me of like
The track point nub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that's kind of hard to get used to is whenever you pull up a menu on like a phone these days, scrolling with it with your finger, you scroll your finger up to move the page down.
Yeah.
But on this device, whenever you do have that, there is actually a scroll bar on the side of the phone. Both of these devices came with styluses. I like your stylus a lot better than the one that this one would have came with.
Yeah.
Because it is retractable.
Which is cool. I mean, it doesn't even give you like a full inch of extra, but it's a neat little touch.
The person I bought this from just didn't include it.
We're both able to expand our memory. I have an SD card slot at the top. You have
I have a mini SD card at the top.
Yeah.
Which they don't make those anymore. And if they did, they would probably be too big for the supported memory for the phone anyway.
Yeah.
This thing could probably handle an additional 4 or 8 gigabytes, something like that.
These both have speakers on them. I'm kind of curious as to how they sound relative to each other. So we're going to do a quick test.
Hey, PhoneDawg, where you at? We got the whole city behind you.
Democracy on a dangerous voyage through the mists of time, past the straits of monarchy.
So I guess like, what's the one that you would prefer to have?
Probably this one.
Yeah.
If we were both living at the time when these came out.
Yeah.
This one being able to connect to the internet anywhere that you are, basically, because it has a Sprint connection.
Yeah. I think I like the utility of mine a lot. I think as a child, I probably would have really enjoyed yours more than mine. I would be so bored with this as a kid.
Yeah.
There's honestly nothing to do. In terms of like, I guess it really just depends on how you're going to use it, like what you're using it for. I think if you want a snappy, quick experience, you want to be able to take it out of your pocket, check your grocery list, and put it back in your pocket. I think mine is probably better for that.
Yeah.
And this is just, this is personal preference, but I do prefer the more minimalist, like stripped back UI of this as opposed to Vista.
Yeah. Because this is just all crammed on one screen,
Yeah.
you know?
There's a lot more moving through menus on yours.
All right, that might be it.
I think that's it. Yeah,
That's pretty good.